Welcome to Food Talk with Sharon. Christmas is here and it's time for my Christmas special recipe. We are making a Yule Log Cake today. Yule Log Cake really doesn't need any introduction. It might seem quite intimidating with many steps, but trust me, it's not difficult to make at all. So do try this out this Christmas. So let's quickly check out the recipe. But before we do that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And please do click the tiny bell icon too and turn on all notifications. The first step for making the Yule Log cake is to prepare the sponge for this. Now it does need the eggs to be separated into whites and yolks. So get that done and then let's move on to making the sponge. Let's first whip the egg whites to a stiff consistency and keep it aside. Start whipping it on a low speed first and then gradually increase the speed. Let's now take the egg yolks and into that add the fine sugar. So I'm using caster sugar here. Whisk this till it's light and creamy. Into this, add oil and some vanilla essence. Whisk this again. Next, we need to sieve in the dry ingredients. All-purpose flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Now let's fold this into the batter. Into the chocolate batter, let's add about 1/3 of the whipped egg white. So this will help loosen the batter a little. Now let's gently fold in the remaining egg white in 2 batches. I'm using a 15-inch by 10-inch cake sheet pan for this and I've lined it with parchment paper and lightly greased it as well. The oven has to be preheated at 180 degrees Celsius and the sponge bakes for about 10 to 12 minutes, not more than that. So when you touch it, it should just spring back. That's the stage at which you need to take it out of the oven. Gently spread it and just level it with your spatula. Just release the cake from the sides. Sprinkle some powdered sugar on top. This is just to make sure it doesn't stick to the cloth when we roll it. Put a kitchen towel on top of this And then using another tray for support, just flip it over. Slowly peel the parchment paper. Dust some more icing sugar on the sponge. And then using the cloth, just roll this gently and keep it aside for cooling. The reason why we roll it while it is still hot is so that it doesn't break. So the sponge will remember those rolls when we try to roll it back with the filling. For filling the log cake, we need whipping cream. I'm using non-dairy heavy whipping cream here. It is already sweetened, so I'm not adding extra sugar. But if you're using a dairy whipping cream, please make sure you add some sugar as per your taste. You can add some powdered sugar to this. For flavor, I'm adding some vanilla essence. And let's whip this to a stiff consistency. Start whipping it on a low speed first and then gradually increase the speed. The filling is ready and the sponge has cooled down a little. So let's now fill the sponge with this whipped cream filling and then roll it back. I like to leave the rolled sponge in the refrigerator for some time, at least 10 to 15 minutes. So during that time, I like to prepare the ganache or the icing with which we are going to cover this Yule log. There are many ways to make the chocolate ganache. You can melt the chocolate in the microwave, add some warm cream to it and mix it together to make the ganache. Or you can make it on a double boiler together as well. What we are going to do today is to chop the chocolate into small pieces. And into this, I'm adding some hot cream. So the cream should not be bubbling hot. So cover the chocolate with the cream. The chocolate starts melting in that heat of the cream and then just mix it till it's nice and smooth. The chocolate ganache is ready. The cake has refrigerated for some time. So let's now start assembling it and seeing how do you make this cake look like that typical log cake. Transfer the log cake onto your serving platter and then cut a small piece from the edge at a slight slant. Attach this piece with the help of ganache to the side. So it looks like a small piece of bark with a broken branch. And then apply ganache all over. You can use a fork and make designs to resemble that of a bark of a tree. And then just go ahead and decorate it the way you would wish to. This Yule log cake is a typical Christmas recipe. It makes for a great dessert on your Christmas menu. So do try it out. So wish you all a Merry Christmas.